Where does this new staff stand on Blake Bortles?
That's a great question. I believe, and I think every indicator of this regime is they're all in on Bortles here in 2017. I mean, that's been everybody here, whether we talk on TV or talk on radio or talk on social media, said, hey, go bring in another quarterback. We're not sure if Blake Bortles is the guy. Go light a fire under his butt. Go give him some competition. Well, one, because there's not a lot out there, and two, because the Jags, have an investment in Bortles. I think they've just said, you know what, this guy's thrown 60 touchdowns in the last couple of years. We're going to ride with this thing. We think we can fix him. We think he can be a good quarterback and good enough to get us some wins if we put stuff around him. But that brings up the other curiosity. What have they done to put stuff around Blake Bortles this offseason to change this offense, to elevate this offense, to maybe elevate his play? So far, there's been very little evidence. They lost Kelvin Beachum. They did not re-sign him, and they could have to a big deal, and they bring in Brandon Albert. But that's really the only significant move they've made to help Blake Bortles out so far, which really points to next week in the NFL draft and helping the offensive side of the ball in number 5. But they're locked in. I'm not sure they're going to pick up this option, this fifth-year option, which they have until May 3rd to decide. But they are all in my opinion, on Blake Bortles, unless something drastically changes in the next 10 days when the draft comes.
So are you saying that not to expect a quarterback being taken at any point in the draft?
Well, I don't know about any point. I think if they see some value in the draft in the middle rounds in a quarterback, then they would take them. But given this quarterback class, in my opinion, and in other people's opinions, if you take a guy in the 3rd or 4th round, that's not committing to that guy for 2017 or maybe even 2018. I don't think that's necessarily the guy that you're bringing in to say, okay, Blake, look out, here we go. This is our guy of the future. I think that's more of a guy you see value in and that you might say he might have a chance, but there's not going to be much expectation. Now, the difference is if they take someone at 4 in the 1st round or take someone at 35 in the 2nd round, then I think we're talking about a different story, and then Blake probably has to look out. But I just don't see that guy. That's kind of a personal opinion. And the way this has tracked has said, okay, we're going to believe in Blake this year and see if he can do it. This is a show-me year for Blake Bortles. And if you think about it this way, guys, it makes a lot of sense because, Doug Marrone and Tom Coughlin and Dave Caldwell, the general manager, have 3-year contracts. They have to win now. They basically have this year and next year to show that they can win. Well, you're not going to bring in a new quarterback and say, all right, this is all on you to get 10, 11, 12 wins each of the next couple of years. You just don't see that happening. Their best chance to turn this around in a hurry is to believe in Blake Bortles, build around Blake Bortles, and hope that he plays more like 2015 than he did in 2016.